Alright, welcome lads. How are we doing this morning, evening, wherever it is for you? Let me turn the music down. And boom. There we go. Actually, I don't want to use that overlay, do I? I don't have YouTube chat coming up on that section. I haven't done this for a wee bit. It's been a hot minute since we streamed on YouTube, but how's everyone going? Swift Alarm. Elcrum. How are you guys going? We got Ant, the real Vixie? Something along those lines. Call that good enough for now. Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? 1 AM in Germany. Yeah, it's early morning for me. So, whew, waking up to this, it was nice. It's nice, it's always good. It always happens. I'm never quite sure whether we're gonna get a dev server unless I stay up super late to wait for the email to come in from Gaijin, because we know, us content partners know about 3 or 4 hours in advance of everyone else. That's it. So I went to bed not knowing whether there would be a dev server today, and boom, that's a MiG-23. Yes, we're finally back to streaming, and we are going to stream on Twitch today as well. So if you don't know, every dev server we've done this so far, we will start off here on YouTube, we will have a good look at everything, and then we will switch over to Twitch, continue the stream there. So if you're enjoying, you want to keep watching, go give us a follow on Twitch. There's a link below, everything's there, and I'll be glad to have you come along by. If not, then just enjoy this little overview on the of the dev stream here. Now, I think audio settings are correct. Turn that up. Hey, Dwayne, thank you for your super chat, man. $5, thank you very much. Alright, some general things about the Dev Server 1. Infrared search and track not working yet for MiG-23, also no cockpit. Okay, well, we'll know to keep that in mind. First, I want to have a little look at the F5E. This is going to be amazing comparing this to the MiG-23. Let's have a look at the difference in size. It's not huge. It's not huge compared to what I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but it's not like massive. Now, is everything going good for frame rate and everything? It should be, yes. Looks like it is. Please tell me you're going to do Yak 28. We will have a look at the Yak 28. We will. Compared to the F4. Yeah, let's have a look compared to the F4. Thank you for everyone who's following over on Twitch, by the way. I'm going to mute those alerts for now, just so that we don't have that constantly popping up. But yeah, if anyone wants to follow, we are going to continue the stream down there later. For now, okay. It's actually smaller. It is actually smaller. That is surprising. It's quite a bit smaller as well. I mean, it is a single seat aircraft, that makes sense. But yeah, this isn't a massive thing. This is quite a bit smaller than the F4. F4E have 4 Mavericks, does it? Yeah, I'm not spaded with it, so that would be... you can't carry it with any other loadout though. You can only carry it by themselves. You can't carry it with any Sparrows, you can't carry it with Sidewinders. I'm assuming they go on the same pylons. Let me speed this real quick, and we'll just have a quick look. F4E slats modeled. Are they really? Good. That's an improvement. I'm assuming it goes on the Sidewinder pylons, and that's why you can. Yeah. Okay, they're all stored on those inboard pylons, so you're never going to be able to carry Sidewinders with it. I would like the ability to carry 2 Mavericks and 4 Sidewinders. I think that'd be better, and then you could still carry like bombs and whatever, but at the moment you can only carry these absolutely by themselves. So these are AGM-65Bs. Now the A7D did not get these, did it? No. Okay. So all of a sudden this thing is not so useful anymore. No point. Can carry 6 air-to-ground missiles? Nope. Only 4. And yeah, I'm not seeing that I can carry it with any other loadout. Nope. British Phantoms have pulse Doppler radars. Yes, that was modeled last update. See, no AIM 72s. The US Air Force Museum, the size between the two is day and night. The F4 is massive in comparison. Yeah, the F4 is a big old aircraft. Proof that if you give it enough thrust, even a brick can fly. And it really deserves that reputation. Look at the fucking thing. But yes, so that is that's good, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna use them all that much. I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will. This thing can carry AGM-65 as well. Are they A's or B's? We're gonna assume they're A's. No, they are B's. Interesting. Okay, well there goes me ever using the A7. I'm just never gonna touch it. Let's see. Let's load out 2 AIM-9Js and let's take it for a quick test flight. See what it can do, because this thing has a substantial amount more thrust than the F5A. And you have flares. I'm gonna do that. Not that we need that in a test flight, but let's load it out as we would actually use it. That is very quiet for some reason. Shouldn't be. Well, it's just that's the settings I always have my regular game on. It's not that quiet. That's a bit better. All right. The A7D can carry sidewinders with Mavericks at a lower BR. Yeah, it can. Okay, let's see exactly how fast this thing is. It already feels faster than the F5A, and it should do. It's got as much thrust off afterburner as the F5A does with its afterburner on. So without it, this thing should be pretty quick. This is gonna be a very well-loved aircraft of mine. I've been looking forward to this for a while. It looks good. Of course, it's not quite as detailed in the cockpit as the DCS model, which cost the same amount as the F5A. Sorry, as the F5C, but either way. Wow, this thing is fast. This thing is really fast. You can pull up alongside this MiG-23. This thing is a really, really nice aircraft to fly. It just does what you want. It's not like a Phantom, it's not like you're fighting it. I absolutely love the F5A already, and the F5A is just this with more power and a radar. See how nimble it is. Doesn't seem to pull as hard as the F5A. Maybe that's just because it's got more thrust behind it. It's just packing a lot more oomph behind it. But it doesn't seem to pull as hard as the F5A does. Only 11 Gs there. The A model will be pulling 13 right now. Maybe I need to go a bit faster. Generally speaking, you pull about as many Gs depending on how, like, hundreds of kilometers per hour you're going in these levels of maneuverability aircraft. So we'll see if we can get up to 1,000, maybe 1,100. See if we can pull a bit harder. Okay, the F5C is the same BR as the F5E. Is it really? Jesus. Yeah, that's gonna be worthless. Pay no attention to battery ratings on the dev server though. Wow, holy shit. 1,200 on the deck like it's nothing. There's Mark. 12 Gs. Yeah, see, like I said, you do go, you do pull harder if you go faster. But yeah, I'm gonna black out like that.
Hi, what's your status? We're on course, on time, and on target. Everything's fine. How are you?
There we go. That's a bit better. Just turn the music up a bit. That is a bit loud now. I wonder if just every sound setting has been fucked with. So it's all gonna be bad now. We'll go down there. If the FG1 same as the FGR2, in game the FGR2 got Skyflash. The FGR2 got... Wait, in game? I didn't see that. I don't think I actually hit him there. That would be very good though. How do you enable mark clouds? It's not something you enable, they are just on. You go mark, that's how you enable them. You go very fast. Big jet, go fast. SMT, base, F4E, etc. all got moved to rank 7, yes. So there's a list of aircraft. If you check the MiG-23's dev blog, there is a list of all the aircraft that got moved up. And obviously that didn't include the new rank 7s. So there are a fair few. That looked to me like a bung hitbox, but we'll pay that no mind. That, there are a few that got moved up. We will have a quick try of the cannon pod, because I just want to see the recoil this thing creates on such a small aircraft. That's a bit loud now. It would be cool to see the T-90M. I think we're a while off that. I think the next aircraft we will... next tank we will get for Russia would be the T-80 UK. Or possibly the T-80 BVM. T-90M is going to be a little while further off. On release, will there be any other 11.0 besides the MiG-23? Not a clue. I would hope so. Because the MiG-23 is certainly not going to be the best aircraft in the game. Alright. Let's fire. Let's come off the afterburner. Not a huge amount of recoil. Oh, it does if you look at the speed of the aircraft. Going up, going up, going up, and stop. Oh, dude. Yeah, that's a fair amount of recoil. Alright, let me pancake it. Let's see what makes a MiG-23 11.0 and not the F40. Nah, it shouldn't be like that. Okay, you can fire straight through your landing gear on this thing. It's not huge. It's not as much as I was expecting. But, once again, this thing just may not be finished. Probably would add the F-111, you mean? That's a bomber, not a fighter. The F-111 doesn't really belong in the game right now. It is primarily a tactical bomber aircraft. Alright, the F-5C, let's have a quick look. In comparison, this is going to perform in, flight-wise, the exact same as the F-5A. It might be slightly heavier, but it is going to be the same in all regards. Now, this thing only has AIM-9Es as its top missiles. No AIM-9Ps or AIM-9Js. Same thing. But, does the F-40 have the 3 30mm gun pods? No, those are 20mm pods in the F-40. Let's see. Okay, you've got bullpups here. You're not going to have Mavericks. You've got 1,000-pound bombs. Have you got a 2,000-pound bomb? Yes. You've got AIM-9Es. You've got a decent chunk of loadouts here. This is going to be a popular one. This is a good loadout for you to use. You've got your rockets to spam from long range at like IFVs, AAs. You've got your bullpups for precision bombing or precision attacks against tanks. You've got your 1,000-pound bomb to just drop on whatever you can. And then your sidewinders for going after other enemy aircraft / helicopters. Although I wouldn't really try going after top tier helicopters with AIM-9Es. They're not hugely reliable on that front. Okay, that should be everything American. There's a couple of battleships, but we won't have a look at them today. Might have a quick look at them on the Twitch stream. Let's move over to Germany. What has Germany got? You've got a Marder at 7.3 apparently. That's definitely not going to be staying there. Milan ATGM. What else have you got? Let me actually put it in a slot. So this really isn't going to replace the Begleitpanzer for me. Honestly, I think I'm just going to stick with the Bagel Panzer. But this is the same chassis, but this is the proper service vehicle. I'm surprised they added this variant of it. I expected the Marder 1A3. Okay. There's not really anything we particularly need to upgrade. Let's have a look. So we don't have our smokes. 57mm max pen. Yeah, that's not. It's not huge. Milan ATGM has 530, so this isn't a very good IFV. This is a pretty bad IFV actually, unless it gets some new ammunition. By the time it comes to live server, it gets a Milan 2 and some new rounds for this thing. But this isn't a fantastic IFV. I don't think I'm really going to use this. It's nice to have. People have been asking for it for a while. But, why/how is the VIGN confirmed? VIGN isn't so much confirmed as it is pretty much a guarantee by this point. Pretty much. Just accept that pretty much doesn't mean 100%, and we certainly don't know when. But we know it's in the files, we know it's been ready to implement for a while. What is this tiny little gun back here? Is that the same? What is that? I'm gonna have to look. It's just a machine gun, isn't it? Sounds like it. Okay, and the ATGM. It's not launching. Okay, I'm pressing the button, the keybind. Nope, I can't launch it. Okay, never mind. Dev server things, expect everything to change. Subject to change. I can't believe we haven't said that just yet. My goodness, it's been lax. Okay, what else have you got? You've got a couple of other things, haven't you? A TAM2 IP, which is basically interesting camo. This is a Israeli-made upgrade to the TAM, I believe. It was made by IMI. Still an Argentine tank, but yeah. Standard camos. Okay, the default camo is honestly the best one you get for this. Let's have a look. What have you got? DM33. Yep. Got your standard ammunition, standard stuff. You should have. You don't have a laser warning receiver, do you? No. Does it not have thermals either? Holy shit! It does not have thermals. Don't buy that. Do not buy that. Don't waste your money on that. Buy this instead. It's a lot better. Do not bother. Don't bother. Ah, shit. That's not good at all. Okay, aviation. Did Germany get a rank 7 jet? You did. Only the F4F and the MiG-23 MF, which really, to be honest, just doesn't belong here. Unless you give it flares. Give it flares, give it RWR. Actually, I didn't realize, but the MiG-23 MF is supposed to have an RWR. All this time. I didn't realize. Does the F4F have a HUD? Should do, because it's just an F4E 62. Block 62, I believe. Let's just take it out for a test flight and see. We don't need any modifications for that. No MiG-23 MF? Not yet. It will come eventually, I'm sure. Okay, no. No, you don't. Interesting. Steady on there. That's not what I want to see. What is going on there? That looks ugly as sin. Is it just me, or is that radar scanning really slowly? Okay, we better take off because we're going almost 500 kilometers an hour. Lazy German players want T-72. Yes, the F4F has Mavericks. The F4F early? No. No, it does not. Didn't have the guidance systems for them. The first models. Yeah, okay, there you go. No, you don't. Pretty sure the F4E doesn't have a HUD either. It does. It was added with the everything else that got a HUD. So you still don't have flares. Nothing new there. Nothing else new here, I don't think, that I'm missing. Am I missing anything? Someone let me know. I am big dumb. No, I think we're good. I'll have a quick look at naval stuff later. MiG-23 we will save. Save for last, I think. Nothing else here, nothing else here. Yak-28B, someone said to have a look at this. Let's give it a look. Okay, so this is a weird place for this to go. Call me crazy, I would have thought this plane would have gone in this line. And I'm gonna do a video talking about potentially restructuring the Soviet jet tray, because at the moment it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Because these two are bombers that go in the attacker line, and this thing is more of an attacker that goes in the bomber line. And it makes about as much sense as the Buccaneer going in the bomber line for Britain, rather than in this line. But at the same time, you'd be upgrading from the Swift through the Buccaneer to the Harrier to the Jaguar, and that doesn't really make a lot of sense. So this being here, I kind of get. The Buccaneer, sorry, the Yak-28, it seems weird. Gotta admit, it seems a bit weird. Let's throw it in, sorry, I want that one. Let's throw it in there. And this is a weird looking aircraft, but it's quite an interesting one. This is a very, like, early Cold War Soviet design. You can just, meaning kind of ugly, but sexy ugly, if you know what I mean. So you've got some pretty good capabilities with this thing. So you've got your flares and chaff. You've got your 3,000 kilogram, 3,000 pound, 3,000 kilogram bomb. So basically, very fast, big bomb, get on, fly back home, hope no one intercepts you before you're ready to counter them, because you really don't have any self-defense capability. You've got no air-to-air missiles, you've got one piece of shit gun, especially for this BR. You've got to hope that you don't get intercepted before you get that bomb off, because otherwise you're useless. And you will, a lot. So you're gonna have to prepare to use these flares quite a lot. Let's give it a quick flight with this 3,000 pound bomb though. F-111 wouldn't fit. It's bad in there, that'd be too much payload for the ground. It's not that it's too much of a payload. You could balance that. I mean, it doesn't matter for ground RB anyway. We know we're getting future aircraft. It doesn't really matter what it's carrying, because we're not getting any future tanks. Besides maybe some later modifications of, you know, T-80 BVM, M1A2 SEP, stuff like that. But mostly, anything that is ground attack ordnance focused can be added in now. It's not like we're getting anything more to counter them. Have you tried the spotter plane on the Graf Spee? Is there actually mechanics for spotter aircraft now? Okay, we do get the CCIP for bombs now. That's something that wasn't on the dev server stream. God, that bomb is absolutely huge. So this is a relatively fast aircraft. It's, what's its max speed? It's over Mach 1, isn't it? I believe it is. It's about Mach 1.5. Correct me if I'm wrong. I may be thinking of a different aircraft. There are a couple of modifications of these. I was not expecting this one. I was expecting the Yak-28P, which is the interceptor slash fighter model. The Firebar. The F-111 looks good, you reckon? I don't think so. I think the F-111 looks like a piece of trash. I just, Australians will always have a love-hate relationship with the F-111. You can count on that. And I'm not like born Australian, but fuck, I've inherited that just seething hatred for the F-111. So this thing is not maneuverable. It casts the flares down, which is good. That's very good. That makes them a lot easier to use. That means you can fly in a straight line and have the flares work. Say there's an enemy on my sticks, it's launching a missile. Go like that. All I need to do is that, and the missile won't hit me. I can speed back up again. However, you do that, you may just get caught by anyone who's faster than you. This thing is decently fast though. We're up at almost 18,000 feet now, and B1 Lancer does not fit. Cannot be fitted into the game right now. Just can't be done. Okay, let's see. Once we get this bomb off, how fast can we go? That thing is fucking huge. Yeah, so it's the same guns from the MiG-23 bis, just the 123mm though. I'm Aussie, I hate the F-111. Yeah, most Australians will either love it or hate it. There's no in between. Yep, so we're above Mach pretty easily. We're at 9.3, so that's decently, you know, that helps. This is kind of a rank 6 bomber. It's in game now. I'm not 100% sure I agree with this, but, you know, not looking forward to fighting that in my F9F Cougar, that's for sure, because it's just gonna go, yep. And then I pretty much cannot affect it in any regard whatsoever. I am entirely powerless. I didn't have a look at what fuel load it carries. It doesn't seem to go much above Mach, but it's going to, it's gonna It's gonna climb up to high altitude and just leave you all in the dust. Detaching things at Mach is usually a bad idea. Yeah, but we won't worry about that. That is beautiful right there. Look at that. That's a fucking screenshot right there. Yak 28 max speed is 1840 kilometers an hour. Wow. This thing actually doesn't feel like it's going fast enough then. Let's have a look up at above 35,000 feet. We're about to run out of fuel, so it's not really going to matter. But let's see what kind of speeds we can accelerate to just quickly. Mirage 4000. Not anytime soon. I don't know. I don't think we're ever going to delve into like prototypes like that. People ask me about the F-20 Tiger Shark, and I still say I don't know if if Gaijin will bother with it. Maybe as an event vehicle. I don't see it coming as anything more than that. Okay, so we're about 35,000 feet. We can travel well above Mach. We're struggling to push much past this. Speed's still going up. But keep in mind, we're at minimum fuel. So it won't perform like this if you take it out with a full fuel load. Not that I would recommend you do that. Fly in with a low fuel load when you're nice and maneuverable and fast. Get your first bomb off, get back to base, rearm, repair. Get back up again. That's when you take out your higher fuel loads. Do you think the Tornado will come this year? No. No, I do not. I think the F-14 will come this year. I think the Tornado will be kind of like the Lightning. I'm gonna turn you down. And that by the time it comes, it will be pretty much useless. Okay, so we got to about almost Mach 1.3 there. So this is going to be a very difficult plane to intercept if it gets a down tier. It's going to be practically invincible. Especially given that at that tier as well, you also have the Su-7. So if you get a down tier from 9.3, I kind of hope it goes up to 9.7. It's too good. It's too good for 9.3. This thing is way too good to be fighting Sabres and MiG-15s. Even a Hunter is meaningless against this thing. Even a Hunter FGA at 9.7 is meaningless against this thing. Nope. 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 Not touching it. None of these are touching it. Jaguar, maybe. Maybe. What about for the Americans? Yeah, these things will knock you down pretty quickly. Nope, not a chance. Nope. Oh, no, not even close. Definitely not. Nope, nope. Nope, nope. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. No, it's not doable. You're not intercepting that. Holy shit. Wow. This is gonna be dangerous in a down tier. This is gonna gutter stomp games in a down tier. You get a squad of 4 of these, bang, game over. You're not winning. Well, the squad of 4 of these will win, guaranteed. That is, that's gonna be an easy farm for 100% win ratio right there. Holy shit. That's terrifying. I've seen the new naval launched plane mechanic. I haven't. We will have to check that out. We will do that on Twitch though. We will save that for Twitch. Now, Britain got nothing. You did not get Skyflash. No. No stock missiles yet either, unless the MiG-23 got them. I may be mistaken. Alright, let's have a quick look at the Sea Vixen. This thing looks... What is this camo for? Ah, okay. Don't buy this, just buy the decal. Just put the shark mouth on yourself. Don't waste your money on that. Alright. This is a weird aircraft, but I've been wanting this for a long time, and now that it's here, I'm kind of excited. I do honestly think this belongs as a premium. At the same time, I'm not entirely sure I would suggest getting it. Let's try it out with this loadout. Now, it should be speeded already. Sea Vixen is hideous. Oh, I love it, dude. It looks awful, but I absolutely adore it. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Hi, down there. Hello. Alright, let's go. No afterburner, by the way. This was... What BR was this? This was about, what, 9... Sorry, it was about 8.7, right? Do you think it'd be cool if the Swedish tech tree had gotten the Norwegian and Danish line? Look, I don't think it's necessary for him to get a line specifically for it, but I think Sweden should get the Danish modification of the Draken, which was called the F-35, and it carried bullpups. I believe 4 bullpups. And I think that would have been really good after the A-32 Lansen, because Sweden lacks a proper ground attacker at top tier. They don't really have anything that really fills that role. Alright, this thing is... I'm gonna be honest, I do once again think this belongs as a premium aircraft just based on what it is. But at the same time, I don't think it's really applicable to buyers. I think this is purely gonna be a collector's item plane. Does the F4EJ get the AGM-65s as well? I doubt it, because the whole point of the F4EJ was that it wasn't a ground attack fighter. It wasn't built for that. Okay, you're coming head on, so I'm not going to lock you. Now, at your BR in this thing, this is a standard opponent for you, the MiG-15. Let's see when we can start hitting it. Okay, I can do it if I black out. And let's come back off. I want to see just how easy it will be to actually get kills in this thing. So I'll have to actually properly like ask Gaijin to give it to me and try it out. But yeah. Sea Vixen. We've been talking about this for years. Launch way out there. That'll hit. Yeah, that'll hit. Red tops are certainly not bad missiles. They're the same missiles the Lightning F6 gets. So they are useful. They are just not amazing. I think they're slightly better than AIM-9Ds. They certainly have a larger off-bore sight lock, but you don't have a radar in this machine, so you can't use that. What the hell happened there? Okay, here we go. Decent roll rate as well. I'm surprised about that, actually. Even though this is a massive aircraft with massive wings, it actually rolls quite nicely. Yeah, it's decently maneuverable. Of course, for this BR, everything's more maneuverable at this BR. So you're going to be fighting MiG-15s. These aren't top tier flaps or anything. You passed your missile. I can't believe it was still flying. F4E still doesn't get Mavericks. The F4E still doesn't have the AIM-72. The F4E does have Mavericks. So you're wrong on that one. And no AIM-72s yet. Like I said in the last video, I think Gaijin is probably holding off on the E2 to give to the F4J, because the F4J doesn't have a gun, so it will need something beyond what the other Phantoms have. Now, let me just have a quick check. I don't actually have the F4EJ, but do you get Mavericks? No, you don't. So you only get the standard bomb loadouts, you don't get Mavericks. If the F4E gets any other weapons in the future, you won't get them either. So that's kind of a shame. Let's see, what else have you got? M47. That's it. That is it for Japan. Poor Japan. You got some low tier naval bomber again? It's usually what Japan gets. They got. I have a sneeze. And it's like right there. And that's awful. I have a P-51. Yes, here. There you go. Okay, there is something Japanese. I knew I was missing something. So this is quite an interesting plane. This particular plane, they were saying on the dev stream last night, basically did the rounds between Japanese squadrons as a captured plane to assess the capabilities of the US Air Force. So it's got a bit of an interesting story. So that's pretty cool. The Germans and the British, actually, using German aircraft, had a lot of the same sort of thing. They kind of passed around these equivalents. Now, does the Chinese tech tree get an F4E? You do not, but you do get something I'm very excited about. The J7E with that double delta wing configuration. That is, that looks interesting. So this is more along the lines of what the more modern F7s look like. So you'll see them in, say, the Pakistani Air Force. These things are still in use. They only went out of production in what, 2013? Okay, you've got flares, which is good. You've got PL5s, which I was very intrigued to find out that the J6 actually carried PL5s later in life, so there's really no reason why I couldn't get them, just to be a little bit interesting. Let's just get some of them on it. Ah, fuck it, let's completely spade the aircraft. Just have a little look. I'm not sure what I'm researching for China, so this might mess us up with giving us a whole bunch of RP for another aircraft. What is it? The J4, okay. That's a MiG-17. So that's plenty of RP. Yep. Okay, this will be the last one. Let's grab the PL5s. PL5Bs. Now these are kind of AIM-9J equivalents, kind of. They should be. Let's go with that. Always do the mixed one on the Eastern Bloc aircraft. However, now that the MiG-23 is out, I may have to start doing that on the Phantoms as well, because you'll need to worry about actually getting hit by radar homing missiles from quite a distance away. How do you think the MiG-23 will compare to our current Phantoms? Look, the MiG-23 is going to have a few little hidden secret abilities, which is going to make it interesting. It's not maneuverable at all, so it's going to be bad in a dogfight against an F-4E. The F-4E should beat it every time. Oh, this is it. Oh, this is fast. This is fast for a J7. This is a good looking aircraft as well. Okay, no cockpit yet. Any guesses on Sea Harrier and War Thunder? Look, it's got to be coming. It's got to be coming. I would assume within the next couple of patches, maybe 3, we will get a Sea Harrier. Oh, this is very fast for a J7. Same 30mm cannon. Unlike the Russian MiGs, the J7s didn't get that 23mm. Let's have a look at your maneuverability. Oof. Oof. Good. Good. Interesting that it doesn't pull as hard as an F5 though. With that delta wing, I would have expected it would pull harder. Certainly retains energy very, very nicely though. Look at that, we're just not even losing speed. This is going to be a really dangerous fighter. Holy shit. Sure the MiG-23 was actually pretty good at turning? No, the MiG-23 was dog shit at turning. It was awful at it. Early MiG-23s would rip their wings off at about 8 Gs. Actually, no, the earliest MiG-23s would rip them off at about 5. The later ones rip them off at about 8. Our current model should rip them at about 8. It doesn't seem to in-game, at least not in the brief test flight I had of it earlier. Wow, this thing is actually really good. Okay, let's try out these missiles. These should be... These kind of look better than AIM-9Js, actually. We'll have to have a look at their track rate, though. Kind of have a look when it comes to actually using them in-game. What is that guy? 3.5 kilometers away. Wow, that's a very high off-bore sight lock as well. We should be able to hit him now. Hold on, let me reacquire this as a target. We're getting a little bit close now, but let's go right out here. Boom. Oops, I don't have them selected, and we're too close now. Oh well. Low load factor. You can... Yeah, that was a little bit too close. You can launch them in a high G-turn. Okay, let's see what your maneuverability is like down at these speeds. 12 Gs. That is a very high pull, especially for the energy retention. On like a MiG-21 type airframe, you do not expect that level of energy retention. I don't like this gun, I've got to admit. When the MiG-19 first came out, back in patch 1.85, I spent the time learning this gun. These days, I just don't have it. I just do not have it. I cannot aim this fucker. I'm no good at it. Okay, let's do that. It takes a while before it starts tracking. It's not like an AIM-9J in that regard. Certainly not like an R60 in that regard. R60's basically come off the rails going that way. So that's the one thing in which they are kind of better than the AIM-9J. Every other regard, they're kind of worse. So this is a very, very powerful aircraft. Very, very interesting to see that. That is really, really awesome for China. And, you know, deeper modifications of the J7, something that's more unique to China, always a good thing. I am very keen on more domestic Chinese tech. Okay, the Dardo. I missed the Chinese AA, by the way. Let's have a look at these. PGZ-09, PGZ-04A. I really hope this doesn't come in at 8.3, because if it does, you can't use it. Look at this lineup. Type 59, Type 69, you've got the ZBD-86, which is not really that useful by 8.0. It kind of is. You've got the H5. What have you got for a fighter? You don't really have a fighter, do you? You've got the... no, you can't use that. You don't really have an 8.0 fighter. There are options. JL8 is the one that comes to mind. The JL8 was mainly a trainer. It's a bit similar to the Saab 105s. Let's see. WMA 301. This is very similar to the PL01, isn't it? Sorry, PTL02. Yeah, it's similar. It's just a slight upgrade. With your 105mm rather than this 100mm. But this is, it would be really, really nice to be able to use that AA, a radar AA, with that lineup. So if this comes in at BR 8.0, this will be very, very good for that. At the same time, Gepard's kind of overpowered at 8.0, not gonna lie. But yeah, China's not gonna have a lineup to use this with at 8.3. You don't really want to be up-tiering the Type 59, Type 69 to 8.3. And you're gonna start seeing XM1s. That's not gonna be fun. That's not gonna be fun at all. So this is a little bit odd. If you guys don't know, this is actually the earlier model AA. And this was built back in the 90s. This was known as the PGZ-95 initially, and it didn't have SAMs. Did you test the SAMs on the airfields? Is it in the dev server? I have no idea. I haven't gone into a battle with any of these aircraft besides to very quickly get the thumbnail for the MiG-23, so I don't actually know. We will have to have a look. Someone will say if there are. Do you think the J7E might beat a MiG-21 MF/SMT in a dogfight? Definitely. Yes, 100%. The J7E will be a very, very dangerous opponent in a dogfight. If that's a finished flight model, by the way, it may not be. It may very well not come to the live server in that configuration. But if it does, that is a very dangerous opponent. Holy shit. So, this is the earlier AA system. Initially in life, it did not get missiles. It was designed as a gun AA platform, very, very similar to the Italian SEDAM. It's got 425mm. It only got the missiles later. Now, the renaming to PGZ-04 and PGZ-04A is nothing to do with it getting SAMs. It was still known as PGZ-95. It was just renamed later on. I don't know specifically why. I'm sure there's information about that, but it's probably in Chinese. The PGZ-09 is the later model. This was always, from the very beginning, designed as a SAM system with guns, not as a gun AA that got SAMs. More akin to the Tunguska. And the SAMs that it could get would be better SAMs. So I'm shocked that they decided to go with this way around instead of putting the PGZ-04/95 down at 8.0 and the PGZ-09 up at 10.0. That seems like it would have been the better way round of doing things. But that's not how we've gotten it. So, interesting. But it looks like if this thing does come in at 8.3, you're going to have to use it with the 8.7 lineup. So that's the T69, the Type 59D1. You've got the PTZ-89, M60A3 if you want to use that. M60A3 TTS in the American tech tree is... Isn't that in the regular server? Yeah, it's a 9.0. Is there something different about the Chinese one? Or is it, like, is it actually meant to be an 8.7 or is it a dev server thing? I think it's 9.0 on the live server. I may be wrong though. Oh, F14 would be fucking ridiculous right now. Yeah. Su-27 and MiG-29 if we want F14. Pretty much, MiG-29 would be the closest comparator, at least that I could think of, to the F14. Although it's more a comparator to the F16. Russia never really had a comparator to the F14. It's nothing they really got. There's nothing they could get that would do that. So these have gone through a couple of renames. So it's now Centauro 1 105R, Centauro 1 120. You've got renames on the cars. Yeah. Instead of just the Centauro and Centauro Romor and Centauro MGS, I believe. Yes. But let's have a look at the Dardo. This is quite an interesting platform, This is very much a brother to the M3A3. Although on the dev server at least, this is a... God, I hate that camo. This is a 9.0, not an 8.7. Alright. Now, you've got very much the same weapon systems. You've got your TOW-2Bs, which are your top attack missiles. You've got your M919 depleted uranium APFSDS, which I'm not entirely sure is right. I don't believe Italy ever got exported depleted uranium ammunition. But, I don't know what's going on there. Keeves, thank you for your $5 super chat, man. Penis. Anywho, M919 is a depleted uranium APFSDS round. I don't believe Italy ever got exported that. I've never heard anything about Italy having depleted uranium rounds exported to them. Anyway, you've got a TOW-2, a TOW-2B, which has only around 460, 480 millimeters penetration, if I can remember correctly. It's about 430. Okay, it's actually quite a bit lower. But it's a top attack missile, so it only needs to go through the roof of a tank, which is nothing, you know, nothing difficult. DU APFSDS. That's weird. How much points to research the MiG-23? I'm not sure. I got it as part of the gift. I will have to check on the live server. So, stay tuned for that. I say stay tuned like it's going to be out in a couple of hours. It's not. It's going to be another couple of weeks. I would suspect. Probably 2 weeks. Give it 2 weeks. But this gun fires substantially faster than the Bradley's gun. In fact, very, very fast. It's like a 20 mil. How much longer for the server? The dev server should be up for a good 6 hours. That is a very rapid firing gun. Now, I haven't bothered to update this or upgrade, like modify this. So, okay, we can fire on the move. That is a new sound effect, and that does sound very, very nice. Okay, now we got a T90 over there. I don't have thermals, obviously. It's only Gen 1 thermals on this thing, though, isn't it? That's what they showed in the dev stream. Let's see if I can break that Storer launcher. Launcher? That countermeasure box. You know, the jammer. I should be able to do this. Head was slightly too high. At least I can actually launch these ones instead of the ones on the Marder, which I couldn't actually use. That should get you. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Okay. So with a very rapid firing cannon, it may kind of be a little bit more difficult to aim because you kick up a lot of smoke on the tank. However, it is going to be much, much easier to spam someone down. Check out the British F4s. You can now switch between pulse Doppler and pulse radar. So like, okay. You can now switch between them. I wonder why you'd ever want to do that. Do you have any idea, Ion? Why I would ever want to use a monopulse radar when I've got a Doppler radar? Okay, with your stock ammunition, this is gonna be a decently tough grind. Ah, you still got the missiles. You've got fucking TOW-2s. So, not so much. That's interesting. It seems to take a very, very long time to load these things. Like a long time. Is it only reloading one at a time? No, it is loading two at a time, and it doesn't reload them until you fired both. That's interesting. Love what you do, Koala. Cheers, Gapida? Gapeda? I hope I pronounced your name remotely correctly. Probably not. Okay, does it start reloading the first missile? No, it doesn't. You launch two at a time. It reloads two at a time. That's a pain, actually. Once you've launched one, you've only got one to use at the next target. You've got to wait for that second one. You've got to wait to fire that second one before the first one will come back. And then you've got to wait on a long reload for both of them. That's kind of a pain. Gotta admit, that's not nice. That's not nice. Okay, Italian Aviation got nothing. Everyone cares about the Italian airline. Oh, you got this thing, the Sagittario. For some reason, I don't have this. This didn't come as part of the gift. This is a Italian Yak-23 Flora. It looks ugly as sin. I will never fly this. Ever. Oh, it's like a Yak-23 had sex with an F-84F. I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh god, get this off my screen. Get that off my screen. I can't deal. I can't deal. That's disgusting. I don't like it. Okay, nothing new for Japanese, French aircraft. Did you finally get your flares? Nope. Sorry, France. Sorry, France. Nobody loves you. It's gonna piss off just a couple of people, but you know, feed me salt. Okay, you did get a new AA system. Not that you... I mean, they kind of needed it, but is this really what they needed? I don't know. This thing looks so weird, but I've got to be honest, I actually really like this one. Got a bunch of camos. Let's have a look. Yeah, standard stuff. That's a nice one. Everyone's gonna buy that one, though. Yeah, the French camos do not look very good. Just in general. The only nice ones, there's like two that are actually any good, and the rest are just... yeah, I don't know, that's opinion, of course. Jesus Christ, this thing. Wow, you just cannot see through that at all. Okay. Not the fastest turret traverse in the world. Fast enough, but... okay. Lock that thing. There we go. God, that's a bad radar. Good missiles. Bad radar. That was a direct hit there. Holy shit. What is with the, is that, oh, it's not. I thought that was a windscreen wiper at first. Just like just on the front of the vehicle. I thought that was a massive windscreen wiper for like both windshields, but it's not. It's just a thing sticking up in the front. It's a thing. It's a thing. I don't know. Right, how fast is this? Slow. Oh, crikey, this is not gonna be... people are gonna use it, I suppose. Can you launch on the move? You can't. Alright. Really want the MiG-21 bis. See you. Can see your house from the radar mast. Thank you for your super chat, Osprey. Thank you very much, buddy. I think this is now become the ugliest protrusion on a tank next to the IED jammer on the Challenger 2F. This is now the worst thing I've got. How much penetration do these things have? Not a lot. At least you have a lot of these things. Then you have no reloads, unfortunately. And you have no other weapon systems of any kind, not even a 7.62. Which is odd. Usually these things would include a 7.62, either in a remotely operated turret on the actual SAM system itself, or just somewhere on the vehicle, but nope. It is really nice, I've got to admit, to have like a truck-looking thing. I mean, the Floragran is already kind of that, but this just looks like a vehicle that you'd see driving down the road. Like just an army truck that you'd see. I've been in something that looks like this. It's the Bushmaster PMV, which is actually a really, really cool vehicle. That's an Australian domestically designed vehicle, and it's very, very cool. Has a 7.62 on it, on the top. I'm surprised this doesn't. No other weapons of any kind. No skids at the back for firing. Oh yes, it looks like it does. These little stands at the back, you can see on the corner there, there's lights attached to them. There. And there. These will prop the vehicle up, so when it fires, it doesn't like rock too much. Otherwise, whoever, the poor fucker that's in charge of actually firing just fired, boom, like he does in the fucking Striker. The Striker MGS. I've had a couple of gunners of those things tell me every time they fire, you break your fucking nose on the sights. You're like, okay, right, fire, so that you don't just smack yourself in the face when you launch the thing. Scottish Koala, do that to ignore notching versus high altitude targets. Post-up radars can be notched, pure pulse can't be. CCS F-14 Rio 101. That would explain it, yes. Okay. That's why the F-14 needs 2 seats, because the radar and the use of the radar is actually really, really important for it. All right, premium BF-109 for Sweden, and that should be about it. And this thing, and that's it. That's it. And this is the exact same thing as the French just got. The, what's it called? Crotal? Crotal, I believe. By the way, thank you again, Dewins, for your $5. That really means a lot. Thank you, everyone who's watching right now. How many have we got? Oh my god, we have almost 1,000 people. I did not even notice. Jesus. Okay, thank you to everyone who's come in to watch today's stream. I hope you're enjoying. We're gonna have a look at the MiG-23 now. And this is kind of the big boy of the update, isn't it? I'm shocked that there's not more new rank 7. Still no F8E Crusader. Not that that would be a rank 7. But still no that. Still no F4J or any other naval phantom. Okay, we'll do the MiG-23 first. We'll have a look at the British phantoms. Maybe on Twitch. Alright, let's take it into a test ride. Test flight first. I'm gonna suggest you take maximum fuel on this thing, because this is a high altitude, long range fighter. I am using the R-23T missiles. Oh, the Mystère, yes. The France got the Mystère. I didn't even see that. I don't think I have it. I don't think I got that as part of the gift for some reason. Usually content partners. I had to actually message Mike for this because I've changed the email address that's tied to my War Thunder account, and everything got fucked up. And I had to actually ask Mike manually, like, hey, can I have the dev server stuff so I can show it off? And maybe I didn't get the Mystère. I didn't notice it. Unless it's just not on the dev server. But, did you miss the South African wheeled thing? Yes, the Concept 2? Concept 2? Concept 3. I believe. So, MiG-23. God, those teeth on the wings. It always shocks me just how big they are. Look at that. Fucking shave yourself on that. You could open a beer on that. I wonder if there's any Russian MiG-23 pilots that actually use it for that. There's gotta be. That's gotta have happened at some point. Okay, manual sweep or semi-automatic sweep wing, which is an odd way of saying it, given there is no automatic wing sweep for the MiG-23. It's fast. It's fast. It's not MiG-21 best fast. MiG-21 best is still the better aircraft. 100%. And this thing, 9 Gs there. That should not be happening, especially not with the wings swept in like this. Now let's go. Like that. 10 Gs? Yeah, that's bullshit. That is absolute frog shit right there. MiG-23 should not be pulling 10 Gs. No MiG-23 should be pulling 10 Gs and having their wings, you know, stay on. The MiG-23 was known to rip its wings off. The early ones, about 4.5 to 5 Gs. These models, about 8 Gs. The MLD was about 9, I think? 9.5? It should not be pulling 10 Gs and surviving. Check the MiG-21 MF to see if it finally got RWR system. I'm not sure. It certainly didn't get flares. Neither did the Jaguar. Neither did the Su-17. Kind of disappointing. But oh well, flares are still very new for Gaijin, so I think we should be happy that we've got them at all. So yeah, this thing is way too maneuverable. You possibly know how many, how can you possibly, as if you can possibly know how many Gs you can pull? Well, you can very easily. It's documented, it's very well documented. Check for flight manuals, everything. There's plenty of sources that prove it. No vegan yet. Which is interesting. I would have thought that was pretty much a guarantee for this update. Oh, downward flares, only a single flare pod. However, I assume that's because we have chaff, not many flares. This thing may actually be worth not taking out chaff at all. Just to be able to have more flares. Soviet plane getting an overly generous flight model, never seen that one before. Ah, here we go with the Russian bias complaints. Okay, let's put the wings in, let's climb up to altitude and let's see what she's got. And then let's try out these missiles. Now, there's no IRST system yet. Probably I need to do that for it. What else does this thing not have yet? Keep in mind, this is only an early... Oh shit, it does not retain a lot of energy in those climbs. Now, the range on these missiles, let me switch to, yes, R-23Ts. What's the radar like? This should be a really good radar. I take that back. It's a shit radar. No cockpit. Radar missiles don't work yet. Really? Trying to spam, but is the MiG-21 best receiving anything? Doesn't look like it. Play RRB. Better not spawn rush. In this thing, no, you wouldn't. This thing is not meant to do that. This is meant to occupy pretty much the same playstyle as a Phantom. Get up to altitude, use your radar homing missiles. Low load factor and very low overload. And then it can do that. This is meant to be a, you know, high altitude, long range fighter. So honestly, I would, I'm not sure about taking flares or chaff or both, a mix, because this thing does not carry a lot. What is it? It's only 30, isn't it? Actually, let's stay in the test flight for a while. Let's see how fast you can go. So yeah, these missiles, not so useful. These are R-23 Ts. I would suggest the R-23Rs being more useful in general, given that your playstyle in this should be come up to about 24 to 30,000 feet, sit there, finish off the Phantoms at high altitude. You've only got 2 missiles for that, so you're gonna need some help. But typically Phantom players are not the smartest tools in the shed. It's better than a MiG-21. Better than a MiG-21 best? No. No. Thought the R-23s were gonna be insane. No, R-23s are very, very early all aspect missiles. In fact, probably the earliest. I don't know when they entered service. God, this thing is... I can't decide. Is it a sexy aircraft or is it an ugly aircraft? I can't decide. It's not amazingly fast, though. We have been pulling some pretty sharp turns, but, like, it's not that fast. Remind... Oh, it respawned me facing that way. Okay, let's turn in. It doesn't even retain energy that well. I would have expected this engine would have punched it well above 1,000 kilometers per hour in this kind of turn. Adam Boseman, thank you for your $5 super chat, man. Do you think the F4E, EJ, F, and the Mirage 3E could go to 11.0 given how they can match and accelerate in different areas? Or excel. I'm going to assume that was meant to be excel. The Mirage 3E, definitely not. Definitely not. The Mirage 3E is honestly a downgrade from the 3C. Do not use it. It's the same level, it's not the same weapon system, same thrust on a plane that is over a ton heavier and loses energy ridiculously quickly just for the purposes of carrying flares and chaff when you are one of the aircraft that finds it most easy to dodge missiles. And a radar warning receiver, which you don't typically use because I find most Mirage players stick with the R530E so that they can use it at low altitudes. So I don't think you should use the Mirage 3E at all. And I certainly don't think it's good enough for 11.0. Try the IRST yet? Doesn't work. And there's no cockpit as well. Who asked that? Jan Kowalski. Yeah, it doesn't have a cockpit yet. You'd be surprised it's the only thing people are doing in RRB right now. What's spawn rushing? Oh. Alright, so this is... It's fast. It's fast enough. It's faster than a Phantom at this altitude. Actually, I don't know about that. We're at 28,000. It's fast enough. It's pretty fast. But you take a while to accelerate to that speed, and you're going to lose that speed relatively quickly. You're still a smaller airframe than a Phantom. Keep that in mind. Israeli tech tree makes no sense to add. Just none. Mirage F1, I would assume very, very soon. Mirage F1 and Saab VIGN should probably come next patch. I would hope for AIM-9 P5s for the F5E. And I would hope for R60Ms and maybe R24s on a later MiG-23 model. Possibly R60Ms on the MiG-21 BIS as well. But that will make it, without a shred of doubt, better than this thing. At the moment, it's kind of a toss-up. Depends on what you want to do. Of course, the MiG-23 has BVR weaponry. So, if you want to get some long-range fights, if you want to pop up here, destroy Phantoms from 24 kilometers away, you're going to need a MiG-23 to do it. MiG-21 BIS with R60Ms, why would you bother? Just go in close range, pop them from the front. What do you think they're going to add as a MiG-23 counter / American sweep wing aircraft? Well, nothing. America doesn't have a sweep wing counter to the MiG-23. The counter to the MiG-23 is the F4 Phantom. We should have got a MiG-23 long ago, and this isn't good enough for a rank 7. I think Gaijin have been a bit preemptive with adding rank 7. I would have thought they would have saved rank 7 for all the 4th gens. F-14, 15, 16, MiG-29, SU-27, MiG-31, FE on that one, Mirage 2000, later VIGN models, stuff like that. I wouldn't have thought they'd do rank 7 with all the 3rd gen aircraft, but that's what they've done. And even a couple of 2nd gen aircraft have gone up to rank 7. F5s, for example, the F5A. That's a Gen 2 aircraft. Okay, this guy is 20 kilometers away. I'm not going to get him on the radar. No chance. Let's see, what's the range? 30, 60, 90. So you're just going to use 30. You can't lock it any more than 34 anyway. So you just use 30 kilometers. Never even bother with the range on this radar. Does it deserve the 11.0 BR? Where's the MiG-23 in tech tree? It's after the MiG-21 BIS. The MiG-21 BIS is also a rank 7, and honestly, it's more deserving of that than the MiG-23 is. This, I don't think we are ready for this to be rank 7. I would have thought rank 7 means 4th gen aircraft. Okay, now theoretically, I should be able to lock him from this range, but of course we've got no IRST system yet. So I don't think I'm going to be able to. And I don't even know if you can lock them front on anyway. And by the time I can... Oh, okay, there we go. That's not front on, is it? Oh, shit! Mach 1.5! At 18,000 feet and you rip off. Even fully swept back. Wow. I did not expect that. Holy shit. I can't control this thing either. This is completely uncontrollable. I can't turn. It's not like a, well, some other aircraft where it can still maneuver like this. Wow. Whew. That's interesting. See if we get down below Mach if we can still control the aircraft at all. Now we had to put the wings out. Yeah, okay, it's still decently controllable when you're at the speed. Fly model is not done yet. Let's hope. Okay, yeah, I can still control this decently easily, actually, down at lower speeds. I wonder if I can land it. Let's go for a try. Really wouldn't be hard to break the game to add. It really wouldn't be hard or break the game to add F-14 SU-27s. Just lazy to learn better tactics and strategy to actually dogfight 4th gen instead of using the usual gun match. Yes, I will say most people who claim the whole no skill to missiles thing are saying it because they don't understand how they should be using their missiles, and everyone else doesn't understand how they should be using their missiles, so it's too easy. It shouldn't be too easy, it's only because people don't understand what they're doing in, like, counter tactics. Now let's see if I put the wing sweep out, if it makes it easier or harder to control the aircraft like this. I should be able to put gear out at the speed. Down below 500 we should definitely be able to put gear out. I can still control this. I mean, look at the wing area. That's with most of the wing missing, and that's still a decent chunk of lift we're getting from that side of the aircraft. Let's put the gear down. Put the air brakes down again. It should be alright. I don't know, it's gonna be a tough old landing though for these landing gear. These aren't the strongest landing gear I found. They look like they should be stronger than they are. They look huge. But okay, that wasn't too difficult. That was not too difficult. So you've got a little bit of forgiveness there. Has it got a brake shoe? Shit. Oh yes, there we go. Well, it comes out at about 260 it looks like. The American ones come out at 300. A little bit of a graphic glitch there it looks like. Okay, that was not difficult. We used the entire runway though. But I was probably going to be a bit faster than I needed to be. MLD is the export variant the Germans got. No, it's not. MLA is the export variant the Germans got. MLD is the top Soviet variant. Need more subsonic attackers. A6 is going to be the next one. I reckon, like I said in the Rank 7 Jets video that I did a while back, A6B, then A6E, then A10. Somewhere in there has to come the AV-8B. Okay, so that's the MiG-23. Let's try it out with the R-23Rs, and let's see how good these things are. I think I'm going to use these more often than the 23Ts. But of course, we'll have to see just how good that radar is. Did you show America yet? Yeah, we did, only briefly. Since the WM8 has a laser rangefinder, all that, do you think the PTL-02 will also get it? Did the PTL-2 have a laser rangefinder? I'm sure it did, it's still in use. It's got to have, right? It's like the Israeli F-15 landing without a wing, yeah. Yeah, well, lots of aircraft in War Thunder have been doing it all the time, and that's why people seem to bring up the fact that, oh, it's fine, it's historically accurate, but no, it's not. If you don't have a fly-by-wire system, I'm sorry, but you're not landing a plane with one wing. Not happening. F-111 is predominantly a bomber. It's only called a fighter bomber because Congress was desperate to market it as a fighter. That is the only reason. It is not a fighter. It's a massive, massive aircraft. It makes the F-4 Phantom look small. Okay, it's enormous. It's... MiG-23 never out within visual range. Any other Soviet aircraft you have access to? No. Panavia Tornado is as early as the F-14. When do you predict the Panavia Tornado coming to the game like next patch? No, not a chance. The problem with the Tornado is that BAE is a bitch to get licensing rights from. So Gaijin may run into the problem where they just aren't going to end up being able to add the Tornado for a very long time. Maybe another 2 years. We may have like F-16Cs, F-15s before we get the Tornado. The reason being that you just won't be able to get licensing rights for it. BAE are really difficult in that regard. Now, Leonardo, what's the German company that's involved? I've forgotten what the German one. It's not Airbus, is it? That owns the rights to the Tornado now on that front. But BAE are going to be the ones that are tough to get rights from. And you need to do that to be able to implement it into this game. Otherwise they have to do, wow, this radar is bad. This radar is terrible. Oh shit. This aircraft is not going to be useful. Let's go with a faster scan. I still can't pick him up. Is he notching? Is this a post-Doppler radar? There we go. No. There we go. Shit. Oh god. Oh, these things suck. These things absolutely suck. This is not a good aircraft. Oh my god. I couldn't lock him. What? This is terrible. Oh, don't even bother using this thing. Just use the MiG-21 base. So much better. Okay, let's launch you out there. Let's see if that can actually hit him. It's a straight fucking line. Okay, there you go. That'll hit him. I think. Yeah, Jesus Christ. That's a slow-ass missile as well. That's That's an L right there. That's not a good aircraft. Do not. That's gotta change by the time. This is why I said the MiG-23 is not. It's not gonna be any good. That feels like it should be better than that though. MiG-23 surely shouldn't be that bad. Let's try that again, and let's try to. R-23T should have 20 Gs of pull. Are you sure about that? Have you got a source for that? Are they modeled in DCS? I don't know if the R-23s are modeled in DCS. I know R-24s are coming to DCS, and R-24s are actually terrifyingly good, it looks like. No, stay out. Maybe we get some flaps. It takes off reasonably easily. Wow, this thing is bad though. This thing is really bad at the moment. Do you know why the MiG-23 and F5E doesn't have its lead indicator that it had on the dev stream yesterday? Probably because there's either a bug to do with it that's causing problems, and so it's just been removed until it's working. Then we can add it in. There will most definitely be a second dev server for this update. I don't know about the license thing. COD won a court case about Humvees, if I recall correctly. I believe Escape from Tarkov doesn't bother with licenses. They may not have to, it depends, but War Thunder has to. This is why the Apache took so long to add. It would have been added a lot sooner, but they just couldn't get the rights to it. They do need to get licensing rights for a game like this. And from what I've heard from within Gaijin, BAE are very, very difficult to get a hold of to get licensing rights from this kind of thing. R-23 is modeled in both variants in DCS for the AI MiG-23. Okay. I didn't realize they were, that was a thing. No, actually, I've seen a mod MiG-23 in DCS. Sidewinder posted a video using it. Okay, let's see from a true front aspect shot. There's no radar notching going on here. We are going very, very slowly for a shot like this. I still can pick him up. God, these Sapphire radars are fucking bad. This is terrible. Nothing. Can't get him. Can't see him whatsoever. This is on the quickest scan as well. This has to be unfinished. This has to be not how the MiG-23's radar actually is. Okay, there, finally. Within 10 kilometers. Oh, fuck. Yeah, this thing's useless. And that's not gonna pull. That's not gonna pull. Nope. Done. Yeah. This is way worse than the MiG-21 BIS. Unless it's unfinished. At this stage, maybe unfinished, but at this stage, this is substantially worse than a MiG-21 BIS. Oh, fuck. Barely equivalent to the AIM-7E, and since the MiG-23M is the baseline fighter model, really shouldn't be surprised that the plane is almost as bad. Oh yeah, the MiG-23 was a bad aircraft. But I expected, at least in a BVR sense, it would be better than the MiG-21 BIS. That was kind of what it was for, but nope. That may not have the range to hit that guy, actually. Ah, this altitude. Maybe. We'll see. It's got to pull quite hard. That won't hit. I don't think that's got the range. Oh, yeah, it did. Only just, it looks like. Hi, Louis. How are you doing? How many of you guys on YouTube haven't seen Louis yet? I'll see if I can convince him to come up for a cuddle. Hey, buddy. No? Okay. He knows. He knows I was trying to pick him up. Every time. Yeah, this thing is really, really bad. It does have a decent ground attack capability, which is surprising. This isn't the MiG-27. Alright, 6 R60s. No, you wouldn't carry it. You just use the MiG-21 BIS. I cannot even see a use case for this aircraft in this current form. 2 R13Ms, 2 R3Ss. Why would you ever use that loadout? Well, I guess you've got it earlier on. Whilst you're modifying the thing. Fuck me, this is... I can't even see anyone using this. 1,600 kilogram bombs? Well, no one's ever touching them. It's what, 210 pounds? Nah, no one's ever using that. What else? 2 500s. That's it. And then of course you got the Car 23s. These things, but this is, oh boy. Yeah, don't use that either. S5Ks. Very standard Russian rocket pods. The Su-27s still use these exact same pods. This is bad. I'm shocked. I can only assume this is unfinished, because if this is finished, this is bad. Terribly bad. You look at Sweden. Let's have a quick look. Sweden didn't really get anything. They got this AA. Did I miss something for aviation? I don't think so. They got a premium BF-109. Nothing else. That's it. So the Draken went into rank 7, even though it's a 2nd gen fighter. I don't think it should have. Did anything? Yeah, both these French aircraft went into rank 7. They shouldn't have. They're not even that good anymore. This didn't, which is good. China, F-104G went into rank 7, which is interesting. Once again, I don't think it should have. This, arguable. I think this one should have. Based on the fact that Gaijin seems to be doing all 3rd generation aircraft go into rank 7. At the same time, the Draken didn't. Sorry, not the Draken. The Jaguar didn't. So that's interesting. The Jaguar didn't, but the Mirage did. Phantoms. I'm not finished spading this one yet. Okay, it's completely stuck on the dev server. Yeah, no difference to the British Phantoms, but someone said they had the ability to switch between their radars. How do I actually do that? Is it in options, air battle settings? No. Well, I should have that on. That's on my live server. Okay. I think that it's possible East Germany gets the MiG-21 BIS. I think, yes, I think it's likely that that happens, but I think it's more likely that Germany gets a MiG-23 MF, which is literally just the MiG-23M for export. It would be the exact same aircraft. Okay. Oh god, this thing is so much better. It's so much better. And this is the FGR. This is the bad model of the Phantom. Okay, how do I... Let's see if it's in controls. Should be under weaponry, right? Radar, don't need to worry about that. Ripple fire quantity, we don't need to worry about that. Periodic countermeasures. Hotkeys, ID, sensor, ACM switch. I'm going to assume that's it. Nope. I'm going to assume that's it. Let's select fucking backspace. Nope. Enter. Nope. 3. Good enough. Okay. No, that just switches you into ACM mode. I can do that with... Oh! Oh, that's now how I switch... I see, so I can't switch into ACM mode with that key anymore. So that's just switching to ACM. If you don't know, ACM is active combat maneuvering mode. It basically means it will lock the first thing it sees, whatever that is, and just... Okay, it can't lock this MiG-15. There you go. And, yeah. If I lock a target... Oops. Let's just let that loose lock. Switch that off. That's in pulse Doppler mode. So I should be able to lock this guy underneath me. And that will... Yeah, there we go. And that puts me... Okay, that doesn't put me into ACM mode. Okay, this is good. This is a more realistic sense of how radar works. It's more difficult to use the radar now. How the fuck are you alive? Okay, never mind. We'll pay that no mind. Okay, this is a slightly more realistic representation of radar. It's still not the same level as like DCS or something, but it's slightly closer to how radar works in real life. I am honestly surprised at how bad this aircraft really is. I expected it to be bad, but not that bad. I don't think I'm even going to use it. I don't think I'm even going to use it. If you want, I can dogfight, MiGs in the FGR. Plane isn't bad, you are. No, yeah, the FGR is capable of doing it, but more because the MiG pilots fuck up than anything else. The Americans getting the best version of the F5 Tiger with a repair cost of 4K. Do you see them reducing the repair cost of the Chinese one down from 25K? No. Gaijin's stupid like that, so no. Okay, this is definitely my favorite aircraft out of the patch. Without a shred of doubt. 4 AGM-65Bs. That's a terrifying armament right there. Let me show you the 65Bs actually. Real quick. These guys will have an aiming camera that can actually zoom in. It's a 2x optical zoom, I believe. Which means it's gonna be a lot easier to find targets at range. And given that they shouldn't de-render at a significant range anymore. Unfortunately, you cannot carry air-to-air missiles with this loadout, which I don't like. You certainly should be able to. Still have flares and chaff. Not many, once again. It's not a huge number of them. Okay, it accelerates a lot slower with these missiles. These missiles look huge under this aircraft. They're not big well, they're decently sized, but they're not big. This aircraft is just really, really small. Okay, flares come out directly underneath me. Good. So you still have the possibility of using flares without actually having to maneuver. But you just don't have very many of them. Okay. Right. Let's go. How do I zoom in? Okay, I don't have a button to zoom yet. And it immediately kicks me out of the aiming camera, which is kind of silly. But yeah, there you go. Let's try that from a more significant range. Is that still zoomed in? Yes, it is. Okay, just got to the stream. Is there any news? Is there going to be a VIGN? Not at the moment. There is no VIGN on this dev server. I have no clue whether it will end up coming this patch or if it will not arrive until next patch or the patch after. I would assume next patch at the latest. It may still come out this update. It may just not be ready yet and have not been shown yet. But if it's not even shown on the dev stream, which usually they will at least show things even if they're not ready for implementation yet. Even if they're still buggy and won't even be on the dev server. They still show them. So the fact that we've seen nothing to do with the VIGN is worrying. Smin said it is not coming. He actually confirmed the VIGN not coming? Okay, well there you go then. Now, we can't fire these until 6 kilometers, right? I don't know, maybe the bees have an increased range. I can already see them though. For some reason that wasn't locking. It's not locking. It's too far out, obviously. Okay, now we should be in range. Boop. Pull off. Oh, that's dangerous. And let's watch that go in. Boom. That's worrying. That is. Oh, these are so much easier to use in the AGM-65As as well. You can do that from a huge... Oh god, on the new map as well. Why doesn't the F5E have its radar? It does. Pog. Alright, these on the new Red Desert map are gonna be fucking terrifying. These are gonna rack up so many kills. This is so dangerous. God, it's really difficult to actually get a lock in that, in third person. Okay, I can't actually use them on friendlies anymore. You could, last patch, you could actually lock onto those boats. Looks like I can't do that anymore. Let's go lock onto the MiG-23 and just get this last one off out. That's actually a really good lock. Okay, there we go. That should be capable of actually intercepting like an AIM-9 does. Unless it lost lock? Oh god, it actually came close to hitting there. No, it doesn't look like it tracked. It didn't pull anything. Sorry, Doens, I didn't see your super chat there. The radar display in the cockpit works for the Maverick, but... Works for the Maverick cam, but not the radar. Really? Oh. That's a shame. F5E can have Mavericks and AIM-9J. Can it? I didn't see that at its loadouts. I will have to go back in and have a look. Let's try and carrier land it. This isn't a plane meant for a carrier landing, but... You know. The prototype was. So. MiG-23 is great, now the F-40 has a competitor. Talking about sim. Okay. The addition of the MiG-23 is a good thing. The MiG-23 itself is a shit aircraft. You will not convince me any differently. Unless it changes come the live server. This is such a gorgeous, gorgeous aircraft. I love the way the F5 looks. Especially this model with the leading edge extensions. It should maneuver better than the F5A. I'm assuming it's an unfinished flight model. Nope, that didn't... Did I catch it? No, I didn't catch it. Oh, shit. I didn't catch the hook there. It looked like I should have, but I obviously didn't hit the tail hard enough. Yeah, this should maneuver better than the F5A, but it doesn't at the moment. That's what these bits here are for. If we have a look at the F5A, it's not going to have them. It has them, but only very slightly. These little sections here. If we look at the F5E, yeah, they're much, much bigger. Much, much bigger. And that should increase maneuverability greatly. This is what the F-18 has. It's very, very similar design. It's actually very similar overall. They're bigger, because the F-18 is a much bigger aircraft, but can the F-86 F2 still be competitive at 9.0 in the new patch? Yeah. There's nothing really wrong with it. I don't think I'd really use it much anymore because you've got the F-25 and the F-35 down at 8.3. But the F-25, F-35 shouldn't be at 8.3. They shouldn't have gone down from 9.0. What should have happened was BR decompression long before this. So, MiG-23, not deserving of 11.0. This is worse than the MiG-21 base. This is substantially worse than the MiG-21 base. And honestly, even at 10.7, this is a bad aircraft. At 11.0, Gaijin is saying that this is the best aircraft in the game, and it is not even close. Fuck me. This is going to be the scariest thing out of the patch. This thing will win so many games. If this thing gets down tiered, you gotta wait for it to land. How much fuel can it get? Oh god! And it doesn't even have an afterburner, so it's gonna retain... Wait, does it have an afterburner? I've forgotten. Maybe it does. Yeah, it does. Okay. So that fuel's not gonna last it forever, but still, it's gonna get up to Mach 1.5, 1.6, and just sit there. And, oh fuck. What makes you think the MiG-21 bis is bad? No, I'm not saying the MiG-21 bis is bad. The MiG-23 is bad. MiG-23M. Sorry, did I say MiG-21? I didn't mean that. MiG-23 is a bad aircraft. At the moment. Its radar is terrible. Its maneuverability is terrible. Its missiles are terrible. Just use the MiG-21. Hell, the R3R is actually more useful than the R23R and the R23T currently. That's how bad they are. At least the R3R you can just ditch in a head-on. But you can do the same thing with S-24s. And people do, and it works. But at least the R3R can actually guide itself. Russians get this, and the RAF need the TSR-2. Whole nother level. This thing is not even close to that level. That'd be like saying, oh, the Russians got this, so the Americans need the B-2 Spirit. Like, that's... It's not even close to the same thing. Do you think modern jets will ever get added? Yes, they will. 100%. I could... Well, I can't actually show you under NDA, but I could show you images of stuff. Shh. I've probably already said too much. Take the 3D model of the F-4E next, please. Yeah, the slats. Yes, I do need to check that. And then I think we will cut the stream here. We've been going for almost 2 hours now, and we will continue it over on Twitch. We'll probably do some standard War Thunder gameplay. We'll do a little bit more on the dev server. I want to show off the new map. So if you want to see the new map, definitely go follow us on Twitch, link below. I can see a couple of people still following. So like we did a couple of times in the past, what we will do is we've started the stream off here. Hope you guys have been enjoying. We'll switch over to Twitch. Anyone who wants to... Can you shut up, please? Anyone who wants to continue watching, see a couple of extra little tidbits, we will head over to Twitch. We'll start up about 5 minutes after we cut the stream here. So anyone who's not going to come in and enjoy the stream on Twitch, follow us on Twitch. I hope you've enjoyed. Anyone who is, I will see you there. I used to do that every month. I didn't do it last month or the month before, actually. I haven't done it since the Ixvas strike. Dev server. So I've been kind of lax. But this thing is... Oh, shit. Okay, it's definitely not as fast on a max fuel load, but it's a massive, massive aircraft, so fuel load shouldn't affect it quite as much. Hyped for the F-15, F-14, can't wait to dogfight a MiG-29. It'll happen eventually. Think we might see other planes for the IS other than the F-5s. Other planes for the IS, what? For IS, what do you mean by IS? Okay, let's see what will happen, because this will be a standard tactic in battle. You'll rush in, drop this thing, and then because scumbags be scumbags, they will climb up to 38,000 feet and sit there. So, I think the only thing that's gonna prove a remote threat to this thing is if the F5, sorry, the F3H gets its AIM-7 Sparrows. It needs them now. This thing could just flare out any AIM-9Bs. They're not hitting it. It won't even have to move. It will literally just go, boop, down to 50%. Safe. Unhittable. Untouchable. And then it'll throttle back up again, and it will get out of there at Mach 1.4. It's done. That's it. AirRB is gonna get fucked up hard by this thing if it comes in at 9.3. This needs to be a 9.7. At least. I think 10.0 might be a bit much, but 9.7, please, for the love of God. This thing has to fight high RBR aircraft. At the same time, at 9.7, it would fight Phantoms, and then it will be worthless in every regard. So maybe, possibly, it's time for some decompression. I don't know, what do you think? We've got one 11.0 aircraft now. How about we have another 6? And then move some of them up to 11.3. How about that? That'd be good. Do you think the B-52 is going to be added? Never. Doesn't fit. It cannot fit. What would you do with it in game? Either it's going to be placed at a BR so low, like 8.3, 8.7, where it's going to beat the shit out of every game without the fighters being able to do a thing against it. Because, you know, PvP. Or it's going to be utterly smacked by missiles the second it spawns in. Because, you know, PvP. Doesn't fit in game. At the moment, the only way a bomber like that can be added ever is if Gaijin makes RBEC a permanently available game mode, and it will only really fit in that game. But until such a time, and even then, it's iffy about whether you should add a strategic bomber into a PvP game. But even come that time, it'd work. It just wouldn't be great for the game. Right, this thing carries nothing for countermeasures at all. Countermeasures 12. Let's actually use it with these. That's why the 7 128km maps are needed ASAP with altered spawn points. Yeah, Afghanistan is a 128km wide map, but the spawns are only 60 kilometers away from each other. It's not enough room. The Panavia Tornado won't be overpowered, they just need the rights to make it in-game. At the moment, it would still be overpowered. But as soon as we get an F-14, no. Panavia Tornado is a 4th generation jet, but it's not specifically a fighter. You've got the F3 variant, which could come to the British tree. I don't believe the Germans ever used the ADV variant of the Tornado. The Italians did. They got the Tornado F3 on loan. So yeah, you have 12 flares. Well, 6 if it's launching 2 at a time. Yeah, you've got 1 missile's worth of flares. 1. Maybe 2 if you're very sparing with them. And that's if you're not taking out chaff. And if you want to use this thing from range, which you should because it's going to suck ass at dogfighting even against an F4, we'll out dogfight the piss out of this thing. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's nothing. This should have been added into the game months ago. Yeah. The MiG-21 BIS and the F-4E are still better aircraft. Germans didn't use the ADV, relied on the ICE instead. The F4F model, the ICE. Alright, I don't think there's anything I'm missing. I'll have a quick look at the slats on the F4E. Let's see here. Need to add the F105. Okay, let me just show you real quick. F105. Roughly the same ordnance load. Roughly the same performance. Better turn and a radar. But that's the F105 right there. Performance is very, very similar, and bomb load is, I believe that's the same amount of ordnance the F105 carries. If not, it's only a small difference. Where's my why is it a different icon? Just make it the same color. Couldn't even tell what I was looking at there. Okay. Let's go have a try of this thing in a test flight real quick. Have a look at the slats. They should automatically deploy in a turn now. Apparently, this is a Block 55 F4A and not a Block 53. Apparently. But as far as I'm aware, it's been modeled as a Block 53. Oh yes. So that's with the flaps. That's deploying with the takeoff flaps. If I put the flaps in, the slats will come in too. That dog tooth on the edge of the wing is massive. Look at that. Okay, now if I go like this. Yep, there they go. They deploy. Automatically. Let's go gain some speed, do a higher G-turn. I think the AIM-7E2s would fit on the F4E. At the moment, given how bad the MiG-23 is, I'm thinking AIM-7E2s would be overpowered. So would Skyflash. It'd be overpowered. That would make these things, without a shred of doubt, the best aircraft in the game. If they aren't already, which arguably they still are. Okay, they're not deploying yet. That's odd. Can they do that, please? There you go, they kind of do. There you go, you have to pull a little bit harder before they do. Only at 8 Gs, it looks like. 7. They deploy a little bit. Not fully, though. So they don't deploy a lot. It's not like automatically as soon as you start turning, they just go... It's only if you're pulling a substantially high G pull. And the flight model should be the exact same anyway. These things will already out dogfight the pants out of a MiG-21 BIS who doesn't know what they're doing. And in sim, if you take it into sim, this will out dogfight a MiG-21 BIS. So it should already be corrected for the flight model. It's just a visual thing. But yeah, okay, they're deploying there. Yeah, there you go. So it looks like at high speeds, it's just to do with speeds that they don't come out. I'll have to get Iron Physics to let you know whether that's correct or not, but it looks like they don't deploy above. Let's see what speeds they deploy at. It should be based on speed, because I was only pulling about 4 or 5 Gs there, and they were coming out. But we were down at 500 kph. Let's see what happens. Let's try 800. Let's see if they deploy above. They shouldn't deploy above 800. Nope, they do. Okay. Let's try 1,000. You know, MiG-25 to counter the F-4A. MiG-25 would be even worse. That's an aircraft that will get comprehensively outturned by an F-104. And MiG-25, I mean, it carried some dangerous missiles, but the MiG-31 is really the ultimate version of that. Okay, what speed do you come out at? Not at 1,100. Not above 1,000. And we're gonna rip the wings off instead. Okay, never mind. Yeah, MiG-25 is a long-range interceptor. It's kind of what the Phantom is supposed to be, just to a much greater extent. The MiG-25 can't turn for shit. Like, it pulls about 3 or 4 Gs, and that's its max G pull. It was designed to fly around very, very long ranges, defend Soviet airspace against B-52s, B-66s, things like that. In the event of an American or NATO invasion of Russia, that's what the MiG-25 was used for. Which obviously didn't happen. Not that the MiG-25 wasn't used, it was used by Syria, of all nations. Syria? Yes, Syria used the MiG-25. I don't know if Iraq did. They might have. I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, just a heads up, the MiG-23 is missing 2,000 kilograms of thrust. Well, that will make a difference. MiG-17 would catch the MiG-25 on the deck. No, the MiG-25 will go faster than that on the deck. It goes about Mach 1.1, 1.14, I believe, on the deck. They are mechanical slats, so they only drop at a certain amount of AOA. Okay. So are they deployed? So it's not like a... How can I put this? Do they deploy based on air pressure more so than like any mechanical, like automatic sensor or anything? Certain specific angle of attack, if you are flying too fast, then the instructor won't pull hard enough because it would exceed the G limit. Okay, there you go. Those missiles would make AIM-9Bs look like SRAMs. Iraq did use the MiG-25. Okay, there you go. Can you show the Swedish anti-air? Swedish anti-air, the ITO-90M. Yeah, so this is the exact same one as the French one we had a look at earlier. 2 VT-1 missiles. Sorry, 2, 4, 8. We're doing well today. Fuck me. I need a coffee. Might do that actually. We don't have any milk. Fuck. I have to cut the stream and come back on Twitch in more like 20 minutes instead of 5 minutes. Can we? There we go. This radar is not good. This is a bad radar. Oh, come on. You should be dead. I mean, he's dead, but I think a player could pull out of that. Wow. Is this slower than the French one? It shouldn't be. It's the same vehicle, but it feels way slower to accelerate than the French one. God, that radar dish is so freaking ugly. To me, it kind of looks backwards. It looks like that should be, like, the bit with the 2 dots and the line. It looks like that should be the front, and this should be the back, because it's flat. But I know it's not. It just... My brain doesn't like this vehicle. My brain can't handle this. Let's see if I can kill anything. What's out here? What is it out there? This should be a Tunguska, right? Or Shilka. Where are you? Do I have thermals? I'm not spaded, so no, I don't. But I'm assuming I do when I upgrade the thing. Where are you? Bloody little anti-air thing. See if we can go find it. I'm not keeping up with chat. Sorry. When do you think we'll get Challenger 3 in game? Never. You can't add a vehicle into War Thunder that won't even enter service for another 8 to 10 years. That's just... It's not okay. That, and once again, there is no chance they get licensing rights for it. Where is it? There it is. What is it? That is a Shilka. No way we're gonna not kill... Oh my god. There we go. Okay, so you can kill tanks. Only really light ones. You'll be able to kill IFVs, maybe not Bradleys. You will probably be able to kill Mardos, but you won't fight them. BMPs you should be able to kill. And Shilkas and shit like that. Other anti-air. You'll be able to kill Ovads. You'll be able to kill Saddam. Stuff like that. But basically, this thing is not for fighting tanks to any degree. Where's that plane? There it is. There it is. What's the range on these things? Should be 10 kilometers, right? God, this radar is so bad. Okay, there we go. That's a one-shot kill. And he just comes out as a burning wreck. Oh, boys. Bit hot in there. Sorry, lads. That's an L right there. Can I kill your engine? Can I do anything to this? Nah. Can't damage tanks whatsoever. Okay, so any main battle tank is safe from the Crotal. Alright, I think that's gonna be it for our stream today on YouTube. That's been about 2 hours, and we've had a look at pretty much everything. I will leave you with a quick look at the new map, and we will use, what's a good tank to use? We can't actually use any of the rank 7 jets in a custom battle. We can't spawn them in. What's a good tank for us to use? What do you reckon? Someone suggest me a tank to use. Maybe a new one? Maybe something nice and fast. You've got Operation Frequent Wind Loadout of AIM-9Hs and AIM-7Es. Meant to be AIM-7E4, but Gaijin could ignore this for gameplay reasons. Oh, the F-14? No. Still way too good. Even with AIM-9, you could add it in its initial 1974 loadout with AIM-9D. And it's still too fucking good. Can't add it. Dardo, Type 90. Let me go and actually upgrade the Dardo, seeing as we didn't do that. Let's use the Dardo. What do I usually put IFVs out? Okay, so tank, AA, fighter, helicopter, IFV. Then I go CAS, something else. Usually a wheel tank destroyer, like Centauro I'll probably put in there. Okay, let's go through and spade this thing. I'm not sure what I'm researching currently, so I'll probably unlock like 3 new vehicles. Concept 3. Not gonna be fast enough on a desert map. I want something nice and fast. I'm shocked this thing gets M919. That's not. This one is. Okay, so thermals. Does it get commander thermal? We didn't even show the commander view mechanics. We'll do that quickly. Well, actually, you know what? I won't even use the Dardo. I'll use a tank. Yeah, fuck it. Okay, I'll use a tank where I can actually show that. Let's pick the M1A2. Let's just go with a good old standard M1A2. Custom battles. Anyone wants to join in? If you're on the dev server, feel absolutely free. Red Desert. This is probably going to be my new favorite map in the game. Let's put the max player limit up there. Let's not include bots. Actually, let's include bots for now. Let's join in progress is on. Yes. Okay, no password. Anyone wants to join in? Go right ahead. I will wait for some of you to hop in. Anything else? Anyone wants to see? Type 93, Type 69. Hey, we got a few in. All right. As soon as one of you guys ready's up, I can jump in. And let's have a look at the thing. Will behave like an F4 that turns better. Acceleration would be similar with the F-30s when they were. I could see guys taking NATO to heart, making the wings snap. At like 6.5 Gs. No. Not with the way the MiG-23 is already pulling 10, 11 Gs and surviving. El Alamein, big SB version. It's different though because you've actually got some significant elevation to this map. And that's what I like about it. You've actually got plenty of height to use to your advantage. Sit in the low grounds underneath people or sit up above and try and like hawk down. It's something we haven't seen done well by Gaijin yet. There is not a single map that does what this map does, and that's why I like it. I like it a lot. I like it the most and I like it a lot, and I tried to say those two in the same word. I'll have that, thank you very much. Did this thing get more rounds? I swear it used to just carry 40. Unless it's just messed that up. Yeah, no, actually, no, I think it's the same. Okay, now let's have a look. We need to go controls. We need to go, no, it should be options. Options, ground battle, settings, switch to commander sight on a loop. Yes. Now, we go binoculars. We no longer have any thermals, even night vision. We don't have night vision. Now we have a commander view like this. So I can go shift to go into gunner view. Get my first gen thermals. Ew. Got a commander's view. Got first gen thermals there too. Oh, this is cool. And then I can range find. Still got the laser rangefinder, and I can go. What's the keybind? I need to set a keybind, don't I? Commander fire control. Commander fire control. It's a control. Which of my many keys that I don't currently have mapped to anything should I use? Boom. That's good enough. Bang. Now, oh. Ow. God, I hate the first-gen thermals so much. Ow! Rude. J7 just comes past at like 20 kilometers an hour. Jesus. So I don't know if you can actually get up onto this thing. You can get up there. Just... Ow. That's a shame. How you're feeling. People need to understand that there is at least one F8 and the entire Naval Phantom family to add before the F14. Not the entire Naval Phantom family. You only need one. Maybe two. I would just say one and then add another one as a premium. That's honestly what I would suggest. Add one Naval Phantom, the F4J, into the tech tree and then go F14. And of course the F8E. Hey, it's a Type 93. No one kill it. Nobody kill it. Do not. I see you looking. Don't do it. Can we get someone in a plane to bomb this Stritsford 90, please? Polga. Yeah, someone kill it. How dare you? How dare you? You killed an innocent Type 90. They're an endangered species, you know. What do you think about the MiG-23? Absolute trash. Absolute trash. Alright, let's go up on these outcrops and let's see what kind of vantage point. Mavericks, everybody. After the F-14, they should do the F-35B. Totally reasonable. Yeah, no, just completely skip the F-14D, the F-A-18C. Yeah, we won't worry about them. Alright, I am going to cut the stream here. We are going to finish this stream over on Twitch. We're going to have a little more of a look at the dev server. We're going to check out more of this new map. We may go into a private custom battle. So that we don't get this happening every time we try and spawn in. And we will have a proper look at this map and an aircraft as well. Other than that, I hope you guys have enjoyed this stream. If you are not coming to check us out on Twitch, by the way, link below if you want to do that. But if you're not coming over, I thank you for coming and joining in. Thank you to everyone who has been supporting the stream today. Ow, 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 ow. And I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you're... I can't even get out of spawn. This map is nice and big though, I like that. Yeah, thank you to everyone who's been involved. And I will catch you guys who are coming to join us on Twitch in about 5-10 minutes. Everyone else? Hello to Ahmed who's just joined in. You're a wee bit late, my friend. Turn that down a wee bit. Thank you once again, and I will catch you lads over on Twitch. If not, catch you in the next video on YouTube. And yeah, see you guys. Enjoy on Twitch if you're coming. I'll see you there. You better be. All the cool people are coming to Twitch. All the PogChamps. You're based. Did I use that right? I actually don't know what that means. You're based if you're coming in. That's a good thing, right? Think. I found a Type 93. Don't tell this guy. I think I used based correctly.